Hello and welcome to the MStar training session on how to enter birth details of a student. Before we start this activity, we must check that the student details has been entered in the screen Student Personal Details. So let us see the steps to enter the birth details of a student. Click on the button MStar and select Module Admission. The name of the module appears on the main screen, which means that we are now working in the admission module. Click on the button Activities and select the screen Student Birth Details. As the screen opens, select the current academic year. Select session in which the student details are saved. Click on the View button and the window Admitted Students open. Select from the list the name of the student or enter the name of the student below the box Student Name. Click on the name of the student and the details of the student appears on the main screen. As you can see, there are some details which are already entered in the screen. These details are coming from the registration screen. Here we enter the date of birth of the student. Only date needs to be entered in the format date, month and year. The student date of birth as entered in the screen serves as a source of date of birth in the OMB card and various reports. Enter the time of birth against the field time of birth. The time format of 12-hour format is followed. To change AM to PM or PM to AM, just click on the text and it changes to the respective value. Enter place of birth of the student. You can enter maximum 48 characters in this field and both text and number can be entered. Select state of birth. Select state of birth of the student. Select country of birth of the student. Select a value in the box against born at, whether the student was born at home, hospital, nursing home or others. Enter the hospital name if available for the student. You can enter maximum 49 characters in this field. Both text and number can be entered. Enter length at the time of birth for the student in centimeters. Only numbers can be entered in this field and maximum value of 99.99 centimeters can be entered. Enter birth weight in kgs for the student. This is the weight at the time of birth for the student. Maximum value up to 10 kgs can be entered in this field and only numbers can be entered. Select blood group from the list of blood group for the student. Enter the identification mark for the student. You can enter maximum 99 characters in this field and both text and number in this field can be entered. The fields that are marked with star or the asterisk are mandatory for saving the details. In the childhood section, we can also capture the health details at the time of childhood for the student. Enter immunization details for the student. You can enter maximum 200 characters in this field and both text and number can be entered. In the illness, you can capture any illness at the time of childhood for the student. You can enter maximum 200 characters in this field and both numbers and text can be entered. You can also capture the allergies that the student may be having and maximum 198 characters can be entered in this field. Both numbers and text can be entered. Enter diseases in case the student has. You can enter maximum 198 characters in this field. Both text and number can be entered. You can also enter any traits if the student is carrying and maximum 198 characters can be entered and both text and number can be entered. In case you want to capture the behavior of the student, then the same can be captured against the behavior field. Maximum 198 characters can be entered. Both text and number can be entered. The mother's detail at the time of birth of the student can also be captured in case they are available. For example, the post-delivery problems, if the mother had, you can enter maximum 100 characters in this field. Both text and number can be entered. You can also capture the type of delivery that the mother had and the reason of any problems or the reason for the type of delivery. You can enter maximum 200 characters in this field. Enter the post-delivery problems if the mother had, and maximum 100 characters can be entered in this field. You can also capture any other recent illness that the mother had. In this, you can capture 100 characters and both number and text can be entered. In the screen Family Health History, you can capture the family health history for the student. For this, click on the button Add and a new row gets added in the grid. Select parent for which you want to capture the health history. Select the relationship with the parent and enter any other problem that the specific parent had. You can enter maximum 99 characters in this field and both text and number can be entered. In case you want to add health history for any other parent, then repeat the step by clicking the Add button. After you have saved the birth details of the student, click on the Save button. The data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the confirmation message. Click on the Clear button to clear the screen. Now, let us also check whether the details that we entered have been saved correctly. For that, click on the View button and select the name of the student from the list. The details as we just saved appears on the screen. Click on the Clear button and repeat the steps for entering the birth details of other students. In case we want to update the birth details that have already been entered for a student, let us see the steps. Select the academic year. Select session in which the student is admitted. Click on the View button and select the name of the student for which we want to update the details. On clicking on the student name, the details appear on the main screen. We can also retrieve the student details by directly entering the school admission number. Let us see the steps for the same. Let us click on the Clear button to clear the screen and let us enter the school admission number and press on the Enter on your keyboard. The details of the student appear on the main screen. So, if you want to update the details of the child, then let us enter. Update the details as required. Click on the Save button. The data saving confirmation message is received. Click OK on the message. Click on the Clear button. To check the details that we have just updated, click on the View button. Select the name of the student and check that the last details updated are saved. Click on the Clear button and repeat the steps to update the details of other students. Point to remember that after the OMV card has been personalized for the student, the date of birth for the student gets freezed in the screen and cannot be updated. Thank you for watching this video.